is RSN, Rangers Sports Network, presented by Progressive. It is baseball time in Texas.
Oh my goodness, what a grab! Back to the wall. And the Rangers win it! Now opening the roof tonight here at Globe Life Field for the middle game of this series. Rangers baseball presented by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts. Diamondbacks won the opener last night, a 1-0 pitchers duel. Rangers trying to even the series here tonight. All right, welcome in everybody. Great to have you along with us tonight. I'm Dave Raymond with David Murphy, and the Rangers in need of some offense. Last night, the one thing that stood out for this Rangers team, heck, for both clubs, pitching was awesome.
Yeah, the pitching was great. It was a bullpen game. Nathan Eovaldi couldn't go, so 5 different guys came to his rescue. The Rangers didn't get a win, but tremendous job. Jacob Junis started it all. Season highs for him, 2 2/3 and 31 pitches, making his first start in about a year and a half. Jalen Beeks comes on and has a quick inning like he does all year. Peyton Gray struck out 2, including Geraldo Perdomo, one of the most difficult in the big leagues to strike out. Then it was Cole Winn. Tyler Alexander got out of a big jam in the 8th with a strikeout and a ground out. Our Chevy under the hood, as good as these guys have been, they've been tremendous at home. ERA, whip, batting average against, and walks. They are first in all of these in the major leagues. 1 earned run allowed in the last 29 innings. Sticking with the theme, pitching and at home, Mackenzie Gore. He has been good this year. He's been pretty good at home as well. 3 starts, 1-0 record, 3.38 ERA. He's gone 5 in all of those and allowed 3 runs or fewer. So after a lot of work from the pen last night, we'll see if Gore can get deep into this game to give these guys a little bit of a break.
Okay, well, one thing that's going to be critical for this team is they've got to figure out how to score some runs. A little shake-up today. Jock Peterson in the leadoff spot. Let's put him in the spotlight with Laura when we come back. Rangers baseball on RSN is presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling home and auto easy. Learn more at progressive.com. And by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, the official casino and resort of the Texas Rangers.
The Texas Rangers and the Arizona Diamondbacks set for the second of 3 games here in Globe Life Field. The Rangers looking to bounce back after being shut out in Game 1. And maybe a roof open night can get something going here as we bring you down to field level here in Texas. I'm Laura Stickles. Right now, Skip Schumacher is doing everything he can to get the most out of this offense. Coming out of spring training, you thought you knew who the top 4 in the lineup were going to be every night, but between injuries and some performances, Skip has started to get creative, and his most recent version of the lineup that we are seeing tonight includes Jock Peterson leading off. Now, per that famous line in Moneyball, why? Well, that's because he gets on base. Take a closer look here with our TXU Energy power stats. Right now, Jock Peterson, over his last 5 games, has a .615 on base percentage. Skip has said he's had a great homestand, and right now they just want to get someone on base ahead of Brandon Nimmo, who had been a really consistent presence at the top of the lineup. He's batting second tonight, and sometimes just a little switch like that can make all the difference.
Yeah, you do whatever you can, even stacking those lefties at the top, but Arizona only has 1 lefty in their pen. They threw him last night, so we'll see if he goes back-to-back nights. On the mound for the Rangers, it's Mackenzie Gore. 8 starts for him this season. In 40 innings, he has a .518 ERA. Opponents are hitting .230 against him, but he is tied for 11th with nearly 11 strikeouts per 9. There's the arsenal. 51% fastball, 21% curve. He'll mix in a change, slider, and cutter.
Okay, hoping he can be efficient in this one tonight. That's a real key for him. The Diamondbacks, meanwhile, 20 wins, 20 losses, and they are 4 back of the Padres out of the National League West. Their Trajan Wealth starting lineup tonight. Ketel Marte leading it off at second base. Corbin Carroll in right field, and then Geraldo Perdomo, the shortstop, bats third. It's Arnado Vargas Gurriel in the middle. Their catcher Moreno bats 7th. Fernandez DHing, batting 8th, and then the rookie Waldschmidt will round it out.
About the defense for the Rangers behind Gore tonight. Alejandro Osuna will be in left, Evan Carter in center, Brandon Nimmo in right field. Left to right in the infield, it's Young, Seager, Duran, and Berger. Kyle Higashioka back there behind the plate tonight, doing the catching for Gore.
Okay, so they're still pushing that roof back. You can see it hasn't quite made the entire trip yet. And you know how it is, Murph, springtime, foundation shifting a little bit. Sometimes the windows and doors just get a little sticky.
Is this the latest that you've seen it open? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Normally, I would say they open it like an hour before first pitch.
That's why I looked at you like kind of right as we were doing our open. I'm like, I thought the roof was supposed to be open.
Yeah, late start on that, but they've got it most of the way there, and I'm sure they'll get it all the way open shortly. Ketel Marte, switch hitting second baseman, leading it off, and Gore's first offering high and away, and off we go tonight. .213 average for Marte. 5 homers, 15 RBIs. It has not been the start to the season that he was hoping for, and the Diamondbacks were hoping for, and it is sort of the point that the conversation is meandered about, certainly regarding Corey Seager. There's a superstar on just about every team right now trying to figure some things out. This one popped way up in the air out in short left field, where Seager gets to it to make the catch, one away. So Gore gets an out on 3 pitches. I mentioned earlier that's going to be a key for him. He works to Corbin Carroll now. Carroll at .261 with 5 home runs. And Gore's first offering. There's a swing, and that one is lifted out into right field. And hang it up there a little bit for Nimmo. Just enough room. 2 away.
There's that left on left power that he's been showing this season. That was a good swing, 106. He hit a little too high, but yeah, that reverse split statistic that we've seen from Carroll this year, it's been a little awkward.
Yeah, it's unusual, and it's counter to his career trends. Is now a first pitch strike to Perdomo. Geraldo Perdomo, .228 average for him to start the year. And he'll watch one downstairs. 1-1. So 6 pitches into the inning for Mackenzie Gore. He'll take the glove off, rub up the baseball. For him, averaging 18.5 pitches per inning this year. That's his average. And that's 4th most in the American League. Perdomo shows bunt and drops that one foul. He kicked that one and go off his toe or something.
I think so. And I was looking down at the Rangers dugout to see if anybody was making a big fuss, making sure he was still in the box when it kicked up and hit him. I guess he's not past there yet, so it's the right call.
It was coming out of the box, but still had a foot in there. And anyway, the count 1-2. And he swings and misses, a strikeout for Gore, and a very efficient first inning. An 8-pitch first for Mackenzie Gore. And when we come back, a little new look to this Rangers offense. Jock Peterson will lead things off tonight.
Do Baja Blast today. Do the do.
So as we mentioned, a little change for the Rangers is, boy, Mackenzie Gore really sharp in the top half of the first inning. Look at the Trajan Wealth starting lineup tonight for Skip Schumacher's club, 19-22. It is Jock Peterson starting it off as the DH. Then Nimmo and Seager. Young, Carter, Duran in the middle, Osuna in left field, Berger at first. Higashioka catches and bats ninth.
Zach Gallen will go to the mound for the Diamondbacks. Pretty middling numbers for him based on what he's done in his career. Took a step backwards last year. You see the 4.70 ERA and the 2.92 batting average against. Definitely not characteristic of what we're seeing from him. You say from about 2022 through 2024. Good 3-year period, but he has definitely slowed recently.
Well, he goes to work to Peterson and runs one in tight. Ball 1. So Jock Peterson at the top of the lineup, DHing today. And this is his most common position. And he hammers that down the line. It's fair. It's gone. A leadoff home run for Jock Peterson. And Skip Schumacher's move pays early dividends tonight.
I mean, you talk about pushing the right buttons. You got to feel pumped if you're Schumacher, making that move, trying to do whatever you can to get this offense going. And Peterson responds.
All smiles down there.
I mean, this is just a bullet right down the line. 93 center cut. I think Jock knew he got it as long as it stayed fair.
Now Nimmo, and he fouls one away for strike 1.
It's another angle for you. See that it's hooking toward the pole, but I'd say it probably stayed fair by a good 15 feet or so.
It's fouled straight down.
See that grip on that four-seamer. I mean, you're just not giving a pitcher a chance to breathe. You got power at the top of the lineup. Pretty incredible when you can go 1-0 right off the bat like that.
Nimmo watches in the dirt. So Peterson, I believe that's 221 career home runs now for Jock. 89 of them, nearly half of them, out of the leadoff spot. He has done most of his work in his career out of the leadoff spot. So it is his place of comfort. 27th career leadoff home run. And there's a bouncer into right field for Nimmo. So Nimmo is on with his first hit of the night.
See that spin on the breaking ball, trying to get it back foot, but it stays middle. You got to think that's one of the biggest differences for Gallen. Just talked about him taking a step backward. If you go back to 2022, gave up 5.9 hits per 9 innings for the entire season. This year, a career high 10.6.
Okay, so that is a very dramatic shift.
Yeah, he is giving up hits like he never has before.
It's 1-0, and Seager takes low and in. 2 balls and no strikes. So a great spot for Corey Seager. Went hitless yesterday. 0 for 3 with a walk. And Gallen finds the bottom of the strike zone. 2-1. You saw those numbers that Corey had against Gallen in his career. Not bad. 7 for 24 against him. I'll take another strike. It's 2-2. Decent amount of familiarity with him. Small lead for Nimmo. And that's fouled. Left side, out of play. Corey in the series with Chicago also went hitless. It's been a tough homestand for him. The average down to 189 coming into play, and a breaking ball in there. Strike 3 called. Seager backs away from the strikeout. 1 gone in the first inning.
Obviously at the bottom of the zone here, it's a pretty good pitch. Seemed like he just isn't, maybe doesn't have a feel for the bottom of the zone. That I think he took a fastball, a changeup, and a breaking ball at the bottom of the zone. Obviously we're so used to seeing Corey swing the bat and be aggressive.
Well, that one we could see was worth a challenge. And now Young just does get out of the way of that one. Josh, he is swinging the hot bat, the .322 average. He is second in the American League with that batting average. Fourth in the league with 12 doubles. And he takes the strike. What a start for Josh Young. Well, he's got fans all over the ballpark. He hit the way he's been hitting lately, and I guarantee you there'll be more of those Young jerseys all over the park this summer. He's got the cleanup job tonight. And he's got a base runner out there ready to be driven home. 2-2.
I wonder how many players, like if you would ask them like goals coming out of spring training. I know the game is different, but I wonder how many of them say I want to win a batting title.
I mean, there's got to be some, right?
I mean, it's a you know that Luis Arraez wants to do it. Got players like that.
Strike three called. The changeup there from Zach Gallen freezes Young. 2 away.
Well, Gallen may not have the quality of stuff he used to, but he still mixes it up enough, and it's a changeup. I mean, it's basically right down the middle, but when you're a right-handed hitter, you don't see a right-on-right changeup very often. So I think that's the reason why Young was caught off guard there.
Here's Evan Carter. 2 outs. Nemo, the runner at first base. Carter does have 5 home runs and good career numbers against Gallen. And he takes a strike. So let me ask you this, to your point. Aaron Judge won the batting title last year. Of the things that he accomplished last year, where do you suppose that stands on the list? That's got to be cool, right?
It's cool for sure, because if you think of the history of the game, like a batting title used to be like a big time prestigious thing that, you know, hitters competed for. That's something that you would shoot for. Well, and just think of like one of the ultimate things that you can win in baseball is the Triple Crown, right? And you have to win a batting title to do that. So it shows off part of your versatility.
Check swing foul, and it goes 2-2 on Carter.
And I think the impressive thing when considering Josh Young, and obviously it's early May, like, I mean, it's way too early for this conversation, but where he stands right now in the batting title race, like, he's not a burner out there when considering his speed. You would think obviously Aaron Judge isn't either, but you know, back in the day, most of the guys that would win a batting title, speed would be part of their game, and you would leg out, you know, a good amount of hits during the course of a season.
Well, Evan Carter, meanwhile, watches another close one to work the count full. 7th pitch of the at-bat, and he hooks that one down the line, and that is foul. Just missed a home run. And the triumvirate of fans down there rather nonchalantly picked up the souvenir.
I wonder what their view is like from where they are. Like,
I know. It's kind of like, hey man, they're hitting balls right at us. What's going on?
Really good swing from Evan.
Boy, I mean, he just missed plating 2 runs with that one. So now the 8th pitch, and that is strike 3 called. Oh, Gallen, what a weird inning, as he finishes it with 3 straight strikeouts, all looking. But it started with Jock Peterson, a leadoff home run, 27th of his big league career, and the Rangers have the early lead tonight.
Sometimes one inning completely changes the narrative of an outing for a pitcher, and that's been the case for Mackenzie Gore over and over again this season. Jordan Teague said during their meetings this week, they actually went through and said if you just eliminate 1 inning per outing, the narrative of the season completely changes for you. So today, Teague said, what I really want to see from him, if a runner gets on base, just stay within himself. Don't try to make some superhuman pitch. And I feel like that's something we hear from coaches when it comes to young pitchers just all the time.
Yeah, if you can avoid that big inning, you're going to have moments where you give up a solo homer, or allow those single runs. You just never want it to get out of hand. You avoid the big one, and yeah, we can say at times and see where that's plagued Gore in his short time as a Ranger to this point.
It's a similar narrative that we saw with another Rangers left-hander for a long time. Is that one in a little tight? I think of Martin Perez, who there were times where, man, he would just be locked in for 3 or 4 innings. You're thinking, all right, we got the great Martin Perez tonight, and then an inning would happen. But it's true of every pitcher, right? I mean, you've got to. Of course, most of the innings are pretty good for starters. It is the one inning that oftentimes makes or breaks the outing, and that's the whole job. The 1-strike pitch pulled foul.
I guess you could say the difference with Gore is you look at the overall arsenal, the way the pitches move in the strike zone. He does have better stuff than Martin. It was great to see. Probably about 2017, 18, somewhere in there. Martin Perez, he developed a backdoor cutter, and that's when he started. He was an all-star. He got deeper into ball games. It was really a turning point. And sure enough, he's still hanging around.
There's a swinging strikeout of Nolan Arenado. Second strikeout for Gore. 1 away.
A second consecutive strikeout after striking out Geraldo Perdomo to end the first. Looks like a changeup. Both strikeouts there on that changeup. So far, so good against an Arizona lineup who has handled left-handed pitching pretty good so far.
Here's Vargas, and he'll watch one off the plate. It was an 8-pitch first inning for Gore. That's really big. And Vargas spoils that one over to the right side, and it is 1-1. To your point on Martin Perez, Martin, one of those guys currently dealing for the Atlanta Braves, who have been on quite a run to start the year. ERA under 2.5. Gore's 1-1 pitch, and that ball's hit hard out to left field. Osuna going back, but that's way out of here. Vargas's 7th home run of the season, and that thing was blistered 420 some odd feet. It ties the game at 1.
I believe it was a cutter, supposed to be right in the middle of the plate. Didn't have a ton of movement on it, and you could see the backspin on it, the way that it was climbing, the way that it was when it left the infield. Vargas just a different hitter this year. You mentioned his 7th home run. That's a career high for him.
He's having a huge year. And Gore now goes after Gurriel. Vargas, he's 3rd in the league in hitting in the National League. So hitting for a high average, hitting for power. A couple of guys who are off to slow starts. Guys who in Arizona, they're used to really kind of carrying the load. And Gurriel, let's face it, he's one of those guys. A lot of them not starting very well, but Vargas, who was a guy who's just kind of going to be an extra, he's having a big time first half. And Arizona, they're a .500 ball club. They're 20-20 coming into play today. 2-1 pitch, that is up high. Ball 3. So this is where you start to worry with Gore. The home run, you don't want that to rattle him, but he's come back here. He's a little careful with a somewhat undisciplined hitter. Gurriel fouls that back, and it's a full count.
It's hard to get into the mind of a pitcher too, right? Because from up here, it's easy to think, well, you've got a guy in Gurriel. He's hitting .203. He's hitting to the bottom of the lineup. He doesn't have a homer yet this season. He would be a guy that you would want to attack the strike zone on, but also a guy that has shown to do damage in the past. Go ahead and pound the strike zone and get an early quick out.
3-2 pitch, and that's ball 4. So Gurriel walks. And now Gore has to work with a base runner. Now Gurriel not a big threat to be stealing any bases. I trust he'll take a small lead. Gabriel Moreno, the right-handed hitting catcher, takes up and out. Ball 1. Moreno's a guy who's had good numbers against the Rangers. Stocky catcher, and he hits this one in the air out to right center. Nemo is there, but he gives way to Evan Carter. 2 out now. I'll bring up Jose Fernandez. Well, they got the roof all the way open. Peeled fully back. Beautiful night here tonight, 83 degrees. And not much of a wind. I think 7 miles per hour out and about. Now, how much of that gets into the ballpark and then swirls around can be an issue here. And though we don't probably have enough data to really tell us for sure if it's better offensive ballpark with the roof open, anecdotally that has seemed to be the case. Oh, and 2 the count on Fernandez.
I just can't get over the weather. Wasn't it like 90 degrees on Christmas this year? And it's, you know, like it's May, and the low temperature tonight's like 59.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
We're going to enjoy it while we can, because in about 20-30 minutes we'll be baking for a span of 6 months. 2-strike pitch, and that's down the right field line, foul. A run in this inning on the Vargas homer. Gurriel at first base, and that is strike 3 called. Fernandez goes down looking. So Gore with 3 strikeouts early on here tonight. He gave up the home run to Vargas. We've played 1.5, and we're tied at 1. When we come back, Ezekiel Duran will start things off for this Rangers offense.
Well, Rangers off to an early lead in this one. Hopefully they follow through. They tie up this series, and tomorrow we can call it the rubber game. Final game of this 3-game series. Catch the last one here. All-night game, so 7:05 tomorrow night. Still plenty of tickets available. Get yours at Rangers.com.
Well, here we go. Bottom of the 2nd. Ezekiel Duran, Alejandro Osuna, and Jake Berger, 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Rangers got a run in the first on the Jock Peterson homer. And Gallen is off the plate with that one. 2-0. Courageous effort there by his catcher Moreno to try and show that pitch as a strike, but it wasn't close. 2-0 pitch. And that's ball 3. So that's interesting. The Diamondbacks get the run back for Gallen in the 2nd inning. And now he goes 3-0 on Zeke, and boy, he just does catch the corner with that slider. He ended the 1st inning striking out Seager, Young, and Carter in succession, and all 3 of them looking. And that is ball 4. Okay, Duran takes the walk.
I was going to say that one looked awful close.
Nothing to see here. Move along. Duran over at first. It brings up Alejandro Osuna. Osuna at 281. That one goes all the way to the backstop after hitting him on the, I guess that hit him on the elbow. And so Osuna goes to first. It had the, you could hear the click. And now they're checking upstairs. Troy Lavello, and he says, yeah, no, that was legit.
That's why we wear that thing. So you're trying to get out of the way enough. That elbow stays out there, just clips him. So we got a walk and a hit by pitch.
You see him trying to get out of the way there by sticking his elbow out over the plate. It's a clever strategy. Here's Berger, 2 men on. Listen, it's a free base. 3rd time he's been hit this year. Berger takes strike 1. Walking a hit batter. Qualifies as a rally right now. Gallen's 1-strike pitch. Low. Well, this is the guy that Elvis Andrus chose as our home run pick to click tonight for the broadcasters on Rangers game day. And listen, Elvis said he talked to him before the ball game, told him just to relax, just do your thing, and he feels like that's going to be enough to get Jake going. So let's see. 1-1. Big swing and a miss.
I mean, I was going to ask what seemed to be a good question, but with the way, it's like you know, especially at the bottom of the lineup coming up, it's like you almost want to keep the line moving instead of the 3-run homer to clear them off, because it's almost like that stops the rally. But
right.
The Rangers have had a little bit of a hard time lately scoring runs, so you take the 3-run homer and.
Yeah, you will for sure. That's outside.
So yeah, so I'm going to stop myself before even asking the question, because I'll just answer it.
Yeah, just to remove myself from the position of a guy reporting the action, I'm rooting for Jake to hit one here. For Jake, but really for Elvis.
For Elvis. You're so unselfish.
Here's a 2-2. And that one is flared out over second, drops in. That's a base hit. Around third base, Duran. He scores easily. So Berger does get a run in. A soft serve single to right. And it's 2-1 Rangers.
But you see how the strategy plays out when you don't get greedy and you don't ask for too much. That's when you get the broken bat hit the other way that drives in a run and keeps the rally going.
Smart. Well, it all starts with free base runners. You get a walk, you get a hit batter. Then it's amazing. Oh, traveling. So really trying to change things up. Berger, that last one. Quick turn and throw back to second, but Osuna back in there quickly and easily. They are pulled in on the corners, wary of Higashioka maybe trying to move the runners up, especially Vargas at first base. He's way up there. And Higgy appears to have no intent of bunting. Vargas not budging though. I mean, he's now he's going to maybe drift back a little bit. Well, that just seems unusually close. Here's a pitch, and Higgy hits it third base side, and a tag of Osuna, the throw to first, double play. Wow. Well, there you've got a gold glove. You've got a platinum glove third baseman making a heck of a play.
Yeah, so not only is he really good, but he's also really creative. Osuna, the fastest runner the Rangers have on the bases, makes that quick tag, spins around, knowing that Higashioka isn't the quickest runner. Man, he's really good.
He really is. And he still has that great arm. That is one heck of a play. Here's Jock, and he hits a ball hard out to right field, but right to Corbin Carroll. And the inning is done. The Rangers have to settle for the 1 run. But a good start so far here tonight. We've played 2 innings, and the Rangers up 2-1. All right, beautiful night tonight here in the Metroplex. We go to the 3rd inning. Inside Globe Life Field, roof open tonight as we enjoy some of this gorgeous spring weather. Jake Berger, RBI single last half inning. Puts the Rangers back in front. 2-1 our score. And Ryan Waldschmidt, the rookie center fielder for the Diamondbacks, will lead things off. Waldschmidt playing at just his 5th big league game, and he takes inside ball 1. Scores 1-0, and he's downstairs. So McKenzie 8 pitches in the 1st inning. Back last inning 21 pitches in the inning. A big part of how we have seen him perform this year is that one's on the corner. 2-1.
I'd be curious to know like the conversations that go into something like that, because you're obviously saying we'll just go throw less pitches per inning.
Yeah, try that. Fly ball to right, 1 away.
Yeah, no.
It does sound easy, right?
It's you know, like it's not like you're going out there and saying the obvious, because at the big league level, if you can stay at 15 pitches or under for an inning, you're doing your job. You can get through 6, maybe even 7 innings. And that seems like the efficiency that you want to have. But there's got to be more of a process to it.
Well, and I think the way it's often explained to guys like that is like, look, your stuff is really good. Don't try to be perfect, right? And don't shoot corners so much. Just go after these guys. Make them put it in play. This ball's lined out to left field. And Osuna reels that one in, 2 away. And again, that probably sounds a lot easier than it really is. Corbin Carroll heading to the plate. Our Choctaw Casinos and Resorts game within the game. Looking at Carroll's splits. Look, pretty much what you'd expect for the left-handed hitter for the first 4 seasons. This year, something is askew. He is just killing lefties, and he takes strike 1. It's not so much that righties are hurting him, though they are. He is legitimately killing left-handed pitching. 1-1.
There's an aspect to it I can understand, just because if you're a left-handed hitter and you try to, I guess the term is get big against a left-handed pitcher, odds are it's not going to work out for you. But I feel like the Rangers lefties have done a good job against him this series.
Well, he pops up to Seager to complete a 1-2-3 3rd inning. Hey, guess what? Gore, just 9 pitches that inning. Get another serving of ice cream. Serve it. All right, our Blue Cross Blue Shield legends of the game. And yeah, how about Max Scherzer? Pitched with both these clubs, including in 2023 with the Rangers Game 3 against the Diamondbacks in that World Series. The team with whom he came up to the big leagues. Max unable to complete that outing fully healthy. By the way, still pitching, 41 years old, and with the Toronto Blue Jays for a 2nd consecutive season now. And truly, one of the great thrills and delights in recent years was to have Scherzer on the Rangers. He was so much fun to have around. And as Nimmo takes inside 1-1.
And you say still pitching, but still pitching with about the same amount of gusto. Like, I faced him when he was with the Diamondbacks in 2009 throwing 97, and he's basically still throwing 97.
Yeah. He is a marvel. 3-time Cy Young Award winner. And eventual Hall of Famer.
We were talking about players before the game, like with edge and intensity, and we were talking about position players more so, right? From a pitcher standpoint, especially a starter. Like, you get some crazy closers every now and then, but from a starting standpoint, those guys are usually like composed. Not Scherzer.
Chopper here to second, and Nimmo thrown out, 1 away. Gives us a moment here for Academy. Well, here's Corey Seager. Gallen's first pitch. Seager goes after it. Up the end of the bat, popped up into left field, and Gurriel makes the catch. 2 away. Well, Scherzer, Verlander had that edge. Of course, they were teammates, and might have even kind of clashed a little bit as teammates. 2 big alphas in the same room.
Yeah.
Madison Bumgarner.
You could even throw somebody out there like, say, like a Chris Carpenter.
Yeah,
like just or Roy Halladay.
Yep.
Like big time, just intensity. Obviously, we'll talk about Nolan Ryan. I mean, I don't know if there's anybody that has more
Gibson.
edge. Yes.
Yeah, Roger Clemens.
Roger Clemens.
You know, the guys, like, there are a lot of great starting pitchers that do kind of carry that edge. And like you say, you and I, we were talking about position players before the game, and boy, you know, what kind of an impact or role they have. Guys like Ian Kinsler just bring that edge, that intensity. 2 is low. 1-2. But I think, again, just off the throwing a couple of ideas around here, you could really make an argument that maybe having that personality in a pitcher, Eovaldi.
Oh yeah,
he's got a lot of that.
Just the intimidation factor.
This ball's golfed out to left. Unfortunately, not going to go for Young. And Gurriel makes the catch. A 9-pitch half inning right there for Gallen. We've played 3. It's a 2-1 game.
Well, get your 2026 season tickets now. Enjoy exclusive Lone Star member benefits, including pre-sales, seat guarantees, and food and beverage discounts. Learn more at rangers.com/season tickets.
A guy who has a certain presence on the mound too there, Jacob deGrom.
Well, this kind of opened up a can of worms for me mentally, because I'm like, okay, like we talked about the position players, you know, the pitchers. Okay, like I think it swung in their favor, so I started making a little bit of a list. So the guy playing third base for the Diamondbacks tonight, Nolan Arenado, definitely has some edge. Chase Utley, he comes to mind. Bryce Harper, and then you're going to go back in time a little bit. Pete Rose, regardless of what you thought of him, and just obviously a guy that there's multiple opinions of in the game of baseball, but no doubt that he played with a big time edge. And then Ty Cobb as well.
Oh, perfect. Jeff Kent.
I guess how would you define it? Like, there's a brash side to it. You don't really care what people think about you.
Exactly.
And
a confidence,
maybe like a confidence, intimidation.
Confidence that could be interpreted maybe as arrogance. Dustin Pedroia.
For sure.
Right. Another guy.
But it's like, but you love it. Like, because arrogance, like, it can rub you the wrong way, but like those people, you love them.
2-2 here on Perdomo. Josh Donaldson?
For sure. You talk about the makes you not like him category.
A liner into center, run down by Carter. One away. Well, Evan Carter, by the way, continuing to pile up really good games defensively in center field. One away.
I love this high home camera because you get a full look at the first step and the reaction. That was a quick one from Carter. Just smooth out there, patrolling the outfield.
Well, here is Nolan Arenado now. He takes very high. Ball one. Arenado struck out in the second inning. 6-pitch strikeout. And he hits this one on a line to third, and right there for it is Young. 2 down. Boy, a couple of hard hit balls, but 2 hard outs.
Arenado's still really good against left-handed pitching. He squares up this baseball. Strike.
Yeah, presented well.
There's that edge.
Oh, it's awesome. Strike 1 to Vargas. Vargas and our plate umpire having a word here, Corey Blazer. And it seemed like there was some miscommunication between the two. But I don't know what Vargas could have done differently. He was in there the whole time. 1 strike pitch. And that one in the air, center field. Boy, Duran going way out there, but it will be Carter. Again, he makes the catch. A 9-pitch 4th inning. Oh boy, Mackenzie Gore cruising right now through 4 innings. Evan Carter made that catch. He'll lead it off when we come back.
How about our aerial coverage tonight, powered by Ram? Nothing stops Texas. Nothing stops Ram. Good crowd tonight here on a Tuesday. Talked about the roof is open. The weather is beautiful. As always, early May here. Usually a great time to see some baseball here in North Texas.
And we're just about ready for school to let out for the summer. Right, next week for a lot of kids, they'll be done. Evan Carter fouls off the first pitch he sees here in the 4th inning. 2-1 Rangers on top. Rangers got a run in the first on the Jock Peterson homer. Jake Berger drove in a run in the 2nd inning. And Carter gets underneath this one, sends it high in the air, fairly deep center, but Waldschmidt makes the catch. It's just hard in this ballpark. There's some thought, again, we talked about it earlier, that with the roof open, maybe you get a little more carry here. I don't know if that's necessarily played out so far here tonight, and we've seen plenty of balls in the air. Gore has not gotten a ground ball out yet. Everything's been in the air or a strikeout. Rangers have only hit 2 balls on the ground. And the first pitch strike from Gallen. Pardon me, the first pitch off the plate from Gallen. Duran walked in the 2nd inning. He takes a strike, 1-1. Zeke, that's one of the things, man. He's been so good lately. That's a bad looking swing, 1-2, but point notwithstanding, a .355 on base average coming in. That goes up with the walk. And he's been hot lately. It's one of the reasons why I keep going back to the fact I think this lineup, this offense might be okay despite some frustrating days now and again. That's low. If the Rangers can get Corey Seager going, or for that matter Jake Burger, things really start to look and feel a lot different. Of course, Langford's been hurt. That's high. 3-2. But you've got Young and Duran as an example. Those two last year, really the last couple of years, chase numbers pretty bad, and it just made for quicker innings. It was frustrating at times. They're not chasing and they're producing. This is down the right field line, heading into that corner. Carroll is back, and that's gone. And Carroll goes banging hard into the wall. Duran goes the other way. Second Rangers homer of the game. Third of the season for Duran. And it's a 3-1 lead.
Well, this is where we could have the roof closed, roof open discussion, because the first two homers of the game, I mean, regardless of the roof situation, they're both getting out of the ballpark. Now, did this ball get a little extra carry? Because off the bat, I'll be honest, I did not think this was going to be a homer.
I didn't either. I didn't either. And there's a first pitch inside to Osuna, and we talked about it before the ball game with some of the Diamondbacks crew and told them, like, if there's one place where we feel like you do get help here with the roof open, it's not to right field per se, it's right down the right field line. Yep. And that's exactly where that one was hit. And it had just enough. Osuna hooks that one down the line, foul. 1-2 the count. So Zeke's third home run of the year.
Smart hitting.
That's right, man. Take what they're giving you.
That's right.
Got that up in the air. Osuna, another chopper foul. So that's pretty good tonight. It is one of the things you like. You were talking about in the second inning when Burger was coming up about maybe, you know, hitting a big home run in a game, or the difference between that and keeping the line moving. That's served out to left field. Gurriel on the run toward the line. He'll make the catch and then have to stop quickly. 2 down. But I think what's fun tonight is the Rangers now having scored in 3 of the 4 innings.
I absolutely agree. Just continuing to be steady and pour it on. Maybe the opposite way that we talked about Mackenzie Gore. You know, like, you're going to have innings where you give up runs, but you want to limit those. Well, on the flip side, offensively, as much as you want to go out and score 2 and 3 runs in an inning, realistically, we know that big league defenses are good, major league pitching is really good, and that's something that's hard to do. But if you can be steady and score in 5 innings in a ball game, your odds of winning, they go up drastically.
Burger comes up empty. 0-2 the count on the Rangers' 8th place hitter. So Jake has dipped down to the 8th spot in the lineup, and you can see it's because of that low batting average, low on base average. 238 on base coming in. But he did chip in with a base hit and an RBI earlier. And his 22 RBIs this year, most on the team. But Duran with the heroics this inning. Two high energy dudes right there having a conversation. 1-2, and that's pulled foul. Hey, those two are always burning hot. Duran loves to tell you, one of the first things he'll tell you any given day is that he's loco. And Osuna loves it. He loves the energy that Zeke brings, and he likes to be an energy guy himself. I don't know, they find it kind of fit that conversation we were talking about. I don't know if they have that same edge, but boy, they do bring some energy.
There's a whole nother conversation.
Energy guys?
Yeah. Orlando Hudson, Elvis Andrews.
Yeah, Elvis.
Brandon Phillips, maybe.
That's a good one. 3-2. And did Berger go? No. That's ball 4, a rare walk. Berger heads to first. So he's been on twice tonight. Gets Higashioka up there. I think he held up.
Strong hands.
So Gallen headed towards 70 pitches now, and he dumps one in there for a strike to Higgy. And Kyle bounces that one to shortstop, makes for an easy force out at second, and the inning is done. The Rangers at again. They just continue to tack on runs. He got it in the air down that right field line, just enough to make it 3-1. Our fifth inning presented by your Dallas-Fort Worth Audi dealers. Oh, it's a beautiful night to be out and about, taking in a ball game. Rangers right now with a 3-1 lead here in the middle game of this series. In this fifth inning, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming up for Arizona. So during the break, Dale Petrosky, he's a former president of the Baseball Hall of Fame and all-around great dude. Listening to our conversation about players with intensity, brings up a couple of good names, and this one, it's foolish we didn't jump on this right away. George Brett. I mean, there was a competitive intensity there every day. This one's popped up down the right side, foul. Mike Schmidt. That era, the 70s and 80s.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Man.
Like you could say like 90% of the guys.
Yeah, that just happened to be my coming of age as a young baseball fan as a kid. This one lined out to center field, and there goes Evan Carter again, just gliding out there to make the grab. One away. But those were glorious days.
Well, and I'm sure we could just do this all night, but I'm thinking of another one that is just a crime that we didn't mention. Ricky Henderson.
Yeah. Here's Gabriel Moreno.
Yeah, when you refer to yourself in the third person, that's just immediate edge.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
So we'll throw Reggie in there also.
Yeah. Mackenzie Gore is having a night tonight. This one right in there for a strike to Moreno. 1-1. We begged for these nights where he might be efficient inning by inning. This is just crazy. 3 of the 4 innings, single-digit number of pitches. The line drive right to short, and Moreno retired. Boy, McKenzie's got it going. They still have not hit the ball on the ground yet.
Well, maybe that's the key. Just give up line drives, because since the second time through the order started, that's.
That was interesting.
Yeah, it was.
Here's Fernandez, and he takes a breaking ball, strike 1. Fernandez struck out looking in the second. And that's up and out. Saw that note there. Gore's retired 10 straight tonight. You get right down to it, he's only allowed 2 guys to reach base in the entire evening. That's low. 2-1. It was the home run by Vargas. Gurriel with the walk. Outside of that, locked in.
3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down. It's the way to do it. If your one bad inning is 5 hitters, you're having a night.
Well, little flare out towards second. Duran takes care of it. Another outstanding inning for Mackenzie Gore. He is through 5 tonight and working with a 3-1 lead. Man, what a night. What a scene. Love it when that roof is open here at Globe Life Field. It is a beautiful night as we take a look at our StatCast powered by Google Cloud. We're talking about the home runs, the wind, the conditions. Jock Peterson's home run might have actually been hurt by about a foot. So the question is, does the wind or the roof being open, the conditions here, do they make much of a difference at all? Sort of depends on the way the ball's hit, flight, all that stuff, where exactly.
It's so interesting because you wouldn't think that the wind really has much to do with the flight of the baseball, since the walls in a retractable roof stadium, they go up so high. So there's going to be an effect of the wind a little bit. You see it up there, but that's still, you know, plenty of feet high above the playing surface. But we get this thing scienced out.
So there you see the runs per game. There's a full run better when the roof is open. Batting average for the two teams 13 points higher. Now there's just 63 games as our sample size open. Nearly 400 games with the roof closed. And Jock takes low and inside. 3-2. To be honest with you, that difference in total runs per game, the delta being just 1 run, that's a little surprising to me.
I agree.
Because there haven't been that many just wild offensive games here, but they're usually with the roof open for the 14-10s. Those kinds of things, but so many nights they're very low scoring here. 3-2 is fouled off. And Jock keeps the at bat going. Well, Jock got this. He kind of set the tone tonight with that leadoff home run in the first inning. Now the 8th pitch of the at bat, and he will force a 9th. I bet Jock was feeling pretty excited about being in that leadoff spot tonight. I mentioned earlier that that's the position in which he has batted the most in his career, just shy of 400 games where he has been leadoff. Well, more than twice as many as any other spot. He takes strike 3 called. 1 gone in the 5th.
Gallen decided to, I believe, triple up on his 4-seam fastball. I hadn't seen that a ton. Went at 95. Now, speaking of the 4-seamer for Gallen, this was a ridiculous number that I saw. So if Major League average whiff rate.
This one out to center field, hanging up a little bit, and just over the outstretched arm of Waldschmidt and up against the wall. Nimmo around second. He'll cruise into third base with a stand-up triple.
Well, Nimmo looked like he was hunting breaking ball. He got one that was up in the middle of the plate. Doesn't matter if it's first pitch. And he puts a charge into this one. Waldschmidt, he makes a good effort. He's played a nice center field so far this series. But when you take that risk and you don't come up with it, you're susceptible to the base runner going to third. Great job by Nimmo.
So Seager, he goes after the first pitch, slow bouncer first. Nimmo dives into the plate. He's in there safely. RBI fielder's choice for Seager, and it's 4-1 Rangers.
That triple was huge. You want to take that chance and get to third with one out. Usually with one out, you're going on contact. You check it out. Nimmo gets a really good jump on the chopper. The heads first slide, beats the throw easily. So anyway, back to my point. Major league average whiff rate on the four-seam fastball, 21.7%. What would you say that Zach Gallen's whiff rate is on his four-seam fastball if Major League average is right about 22%?
Well, is that? I mean, I would assume he's probably around average.
4.5%.
What?
He does not get swings and misses with that pitch. He does not have one tonight.
That doesn't make any sense.
And if you want to put it in perspective, Jacob deGrom, 26% swing and miss on the four-seam fastball. So yeah, he does not get. I mean, it just does not fool hitters.
Wow. Well, that would make it really difficult to use. You're only getting a swing and a miss 4% of the time.
Well, and if you're looking at what we talked about earlier, the fact that he's given up 10.6 hits per 9 kind of speaks to that a little bit.
And how about this? He has 2 swings and misses all night tonight. In fact, he has the 4 strikeouts. All 4 of them are looking. And there's a called strike right there to Young. He's allowed 4 runs on 5 hits. And he'll turn away as Young takes time out. 1 out here. Seager at first base. A triple by Nimmo. Scores on a little bouncer to first. Two-strike pitch. And that's low. Josh 0 for 2 so far today. He was 0 for 4 yesterday. And this one is flared into center. That's a base hit. So once again, Young gets in the hit column. Seager stops at second. The Rangers have a little something building.
Barrel's overrated. Good hitters see the ball deep in the strike zone. That thing way in. He directs his hands through the middle of the field. Doesn't get all barrel, but he gets enough of it to shoot it into center field.
So 2 men on. Brian Kaplan. Got to replace Brett Strom. The pitching coach out there to have a little word, probably telling him that this is as good a time as any to hear from Cutwater.
Real cocktails, perfectly mixed. Cutwater.
Probably sounds pretty good right about now out there. As Evan Carter due up. Thompson has started to throw in the bullpen for Arizona. Rangers have just chipped away at Zach Gallen all night tonight. First pitch to Carter, and he'll take a strike. Evan flew out his last time up, 0 for 2 today. Hit a home run Sunday in that Cubs series, 8th inning home run. And he'll watch one way in. That was his 5th home run of the year, and that is now tied for the most in a single season in his career. Of course, he's had trouble playing a full season, but he could have a really big year that way if he keeps this up. 1-2 the count.
There it is. Just swing and miss on the four-seamer.
Hey, third whiff he's had all night. Second on the four-seam fastball. Here's the 1-2. Gallen also getting close to 90 pitches now. So the mound visit, a sense that perhaps his evening is winding down. Here's his 2-2, and that's way inside. And once again, Evan Carter has worked it to a full count. The payoff, and that one is dribbled by the mound. No man's land. The throw to first in time. They just get Evan Carter. Rangers are asking for a moment to check upstairs, but it looked to me like they got him. For a moment, it appeared that might be in the perfect spot.
Well, Carter runs well. Give some credit to Marte. Barehanded, throwing on the run. Gets him by a half a step.
And that one gets past Gallen. You're thinking, good chance for a hit, but as you point out, Marte, really nice play. So second and third with 2 out. Here is Duran. A base hit here really solidifies some momentum for the Rangers. There's a strike. Zeke's been on twice. He's scored twice tonight. One and one.
You a fan of Wheel of Fortune?
Absolutely.
You know the before and after category?
No.
It's kind of like they combine 2 phrases.
Okay.
How about this one? Oppo Taco Tuesday.
2 and 1. Well, let's see. He went Oppo his last time. Just snuck it inside the pole and over the fence. Two one, and that'll even things up.
I'm just trying to get let that thing. Excuse me, trying to let that thing get deep on a foul ball. This is what he did last time. There's the Oppo Taco. Just gets enough carry to sneak it past Corbin Carroll over that right field wall.
He calls time and backs out. 2-2 the count. He's already seen 15 pitches tonight. And Gallen's probably trying to figure out what he can sneak past him. 2-2. And that's bounced up the middle. Perdomo loses his footing and the baseball, and a run scores. Young thought about it for a moment at third base, but holds up. Duran drives in another run. Score that one, a base hit. 5-1 Rangers, and Lovello has reached his limit. Heads out to the mound. He'll make a change.
Perdomo had to go far to his left. He's trying to do this all in one motion. Not able to come up with that baseball, and he slips. For a minute, you were thinking that Josh Young was going to take the turn and try to go ahead and go. Corey Ragsdale pointing him back to the bag.
So they'll be on the corners, 2 out. Ryan Thompson, who's the new pitcher coming to the game for Arizona. So 5-1, Rangers leading, and they have knocked Gallen out of the game now. And here is Ryan Thompson.
Well, Thompson the guy to bring in if you want to get a righty out, which is confusing why they would bring him in to face the lefty. OPS versus left-handed batters over 1,000. 410 against righties.
Okay, interesting. Osuna, left-handed hitter, and he rips that foul. 0-2. 2 runs across in the inning. Rangers have hit 2 home runs, a triple tonight. Scored 5 runs on 7 hits. It's funny how from one night to the next things can look and feel so much different. Like last night, it felt like there was almost zero chance anything was going to happen offensively. Bouncer up the middle. That one has eyes. Into center field for a hit. A run is in. Duran to third. They'll throw up the stop sign, and he heads back. Osuna with the RBI single. 6-1 Rangers. Looks like those numbers against left-handed hitters get worse.
Yeah, that's right. Backdoor slider. Osuna does a good job staying on it. Run in. Watch Zeke right here. I love the way that he runs hard. He goes first to third. I mean, there is no assuming there. He is going to make Corey Ragsdale hold him up. He was running hard. You love the hustle play. Rangers just playing good all-around baseball tonight.
So another opportunity for Berger to add to the lead. A 3-run inning already. And Thompson tosses over there to keep Osuna close. Berger lays off a pretty good one right there. Ball 1. Does not look like a super comfortable at bat for a right-handed hitter. Thompson, 6'5", and he likes to get down low with the arm angle and sling it at you. I'm sure as a right-handed hitter, it almost feels like it's coming from behind you. Two and one. Now Berger has singled in a run today. He has also walked. It's inside. So Thompson having trouble throwing strikes.
That's a good sign for Berger. I think that's an easy pitch to chase when you're really not on your game. So I think that says something about his timing. He's not too amped up.
Ooh, right through the right side. That's a base hit. Gets another run in. So Berger battles his way into another base hit. 4 runs in the inning, and the Rangers lead 7-1.
Well, if you remember the conversation yesterday in the dugout that centered on Jake Berger, it was talking about his approach at the plate and how lately, even though there's been some hard hit balls off of his bat, there's been a lot of rollover to the pull side, right? Well, tonight both of his hits are to the opposite field, so it's good to see him making those adjustments.
Now Higgy takes a strike. Well, before the ball game, most importantly, Berger had a conversation with Elvis Andrus. And Elvis gave him all the comforting words he needed. 2 RBI hits tonight. His manager, Skip Schumacher, had Berger in Miami several years ago, and He was excellent with the Marlins. And Schumacher has a lot of faith and confidence in Berger, and knows, has told us a number of times, like, you watch, when he gets hot, he can really carry a team. The 1-2. And Higgy pops that foul back out of play. He'll do it again. That's just outside. Did he go? No. Running to third base and in there with a stolen base. Osuna. Arenado was so deep at third. He saw the opportunity and literally stole it.
Yeah, it looked like a delayed steal, where typically the ball's on the way to the plate. You go shuffle, 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 steal. So obviously not immediately, but sneaks in there. There it is. Shuffle, shuffle, go. I mean, you see that sometimes at the high school and college levels, rarely in the major leagues.
So Thompson at the plate, 2-2, and a swing and a miss. He strikes out Higashioka. And the Rangers, though, with a big fifth inning. Well, what ignited all of it? How about a triple from Brandon Nimmo? Got on that horse and took off. Nimmo's second triple of the year leads to 4 runs in the inning.
The fact that the Rangers didn't need to make a roster move today following a bullpen game yesterday is huge, and just really speaks to how efficient they were out there. Jordan Teague said they gave us everything they had, and sure, things are a little strapped out there right now, but the last thing you want to do is switch someone out. So coming into today, they really needed Mackenzie Gore to pitch deep into this game and to help them out, and so far he has absolutely delivered, and now he's pitching with a little bit of run insurance too.
Oh yeah, you gotta love the run support. 7 runs out there. Pitch counts low. Let's get him through 7.
Well, works to Waldschmidt. They'll start this 6th inning. It's a pretty good number there, an 8-1 record. When throwing up this much offense by this stage of the game, Rangers 7 runs. Well, when was the last time they scored 7 runs here at home? This one in the air out to right field. I guess roof open, right? Nimmo makes the catch. 1 away in the 6th inning. I'll help you out on the last time they scored 7 runs here at home, because it wasn't this year.
Really?
You gotta go back to last season. So that the Rangers have hit the high water mark here in 2026 at home. Here's Ketel Marte, 0 for 2. Of all the things that we've seen tonight, though, for Gore, and he's faced the minimum in 4 of the 5 innings so far, gotten the first man this inning. I think the thing that strikes me immediately is that the Diamondbacks have not hit the ball on the ground yet. Not for a base hit, not for an out. Everything in the air or a simple strikeout. He has 3 of those. 2-0.
There you go.
Seager gets to play, and he takes care of Marte.
You're good at what you do.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's funny. So 2 away, and we have a moment here for Kia. So 2 away, and Corbin Carroll 0 for 2. And he takes strike 1.
All right, let me try.
Yeah. Go ahead. What do you got?
All right, Gore has not recorded a strikeout since the 2nd inning.
This one hit down the line, foul, and just like that, it's 0-2. Okay, so great job, Murph. You're on your way. McKenzie's 0-2 pitch. Oh. That was going to be awesome. 1-2 the count.
Let's see how close he came. Not close. Just getting us excited.
Only 2 base runners tonight. They were in the second inning. The 1-2, and it's fouled away. Ooh, way up there, by the way. Gore, I mean, he is still shy of 70 pitches here. He's treating us to a beauty tonight. There's 1-2. And on the ground, up the middle. Diving stop by Duran, and so to first is offline. Good job by Berger to leave the bag and make sure that that one doesn't get by. Now they just, that's all they do is hit the ball on the ground. Infield hit.
Corbin Carroll, one of the speediest players in Major League Baseball, just making me look bad.
Almost turned that into a double. I mean, he's that fast. He's a guy you have to be careful of, though. There's a strike to Perdomo. He didn't get a chance to take a lead, though, on that first pitch to Perdomo. He was busy tugging those oven mitts on. Whatever he's working with over there. Perdomo's 0 for 2. And he comes up empty. No balls, 2 strikes.
For a guy that doesn't swing and miss very much, I feel like the Rangers have kind of had his number in that regard. He's had some strikeouts, just swinging through pitches at the bottom of the zone.
Bouncer up the middle. Duran is there, gives it to Seager, and the inning is done. All of a sudden, that's all the Diamondbacks do is hit the ball on the ground. 3 straight hitters right there. Another scoreless frame for Mackenzie Gore. Rangers scoring some runs, get more of that great pitching. They lead 7-1.
Well, it was a good 5th inning for the Rangers. Our Liberty Mutual Insurance field coverage. We showed you Brandon Nimmo's triple and then a bunch of singles after that. Mix an error in there, but some great at bats. Lots of first and third situations. Rangers all over the base pass, running wild. Man, it's great to see these guys busting out offensively.
Well, biggest night at home this year is Brandon Pfaadt as the new pitcher for Arizona, and he gets one in for a strike to Jock Peterson. Rangers batted around in the 5th inning. Sent 9 men to the plate, scored the 4 runs. And Jock comes up empty. It's 0-2. And though Jock did strike out to start that 5th inning, in some ways I think you have to give him some credit as well. He saw 9 pitches in the at bat. And might have knocked the wind out of Gallen just a little bit there. Then things got away from him. Pfaadt's 2-strike pitch and a swing and a miss. He strikes out Peterson and does so quickly. 1 away in the 6th. And that'll bring up Brandon Nimmo, who is 2 for 3 tonight. Some interesting tweak to the lineup. Peterson leading off. That worked. Nimmo batting second. That seems to work. 0-1 on Nimmo. I do think with Brandon, he seems like the kind of guy you could put just about anywhere in the lineup.
Very interchangeable.
No balls, 1 strike on Nimmo. And the right-hander's pitch, that one's fouled away. So dealing with Brandon Pfaadt, now in his 4th season in the big leagues, made his debut here in Arlington. He still looks very baby-faced, 27 years old. And that is inside. But now pitching out of the bullpen, and he's done a little bit of everything this year. 3 starts. This now is 5th relief appearance of the year, as he's transitioning from being a starter in his career prior this year. A check swing, and Nemo did not go. So 2-2.
Oh yeah, it's been a lot of check swings tonight. I think all the hitters have held up.
Yeah, I'm not sure we've had anybody going up yet, and that was legit, right? I mean, he stopped.
Oh yeah.
Little chopper down the first baseline. Pfaadt tries to shovel it quickly. Boy, that was about as good a job as they could do on that exchange, but Nemo comes up lame. I don't know what happened on the bag there. Favoring that left ankle, which there's so much traffic at first base there. It appeared maybe tweaked his ankle. We know he's been nursing that hamstring, the right hamstring, last couple of weeks. He goes back to the bag, holds up there. Vargas, they're coming out to check on him. Yeah, his foot was the issue. He was backpedaling to first, right? Yeah, here you go. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh no.
Yeah. I feel like you usually see an ankle turn like that to the outside rather than the inside.
Yeah.
Something got stretched in there though. That's not a good feeling.
No.
Hopefully you see him running around here down the right field line. So
I'm with you. You know, the ankle turning that direction versus going the other way.
Yep.
That may be a break for him. Meanwhile, Vargas, he didn't particularly enjoy being stepped on. And also, it's worth pointing out, Nemo just barely got a toe on the bat.
I was about to say, like, I don't know if he touched the base, but I'm sure they had their guys looking at it, and they would have already maybe asked for a review.
I mean, I think, but by the narrowest of margins, he got it. So those two checking out on each other, making sure that they understand. Didn't mean any harm. Definitely got the foot, but from that angle you can't tell. It looked to me like the toe just did nick the front of the bag. Right here you can see.
Yep, you're right.
Well, Seager, and he swings and misses at strike 1. So another infield hit for the Rangers. Nemo with 3 hits in the ball game tonight. One and one to Seager. Corey drove in a run in his last at bat. It was a bouncer down to first. Goes down as a fielder's choice, so he's still 0 for 3. But he got a run in. That's what matters. 2 and 1.
I think the thing that we're seeing with Corey is we're seeing weak contact on the ground to the pull side or weak contact in the air to the opposite field. You know, we talked about Josh Young earlier in the ball game. He just directed a ball right up the middle. The hand path was really good. You'd love to see something similar.
That ball's hit well out to left. Gurriel angles back though and makes the catch. 2 away. That was a little better right there.
It's something to go off of. You know, if you're all pull, he's probably maybe a little discouraged by his last at bat, the way that he hit a weak ground ball to first base. So that's a good adjustment based on that.
The Rangers are going to go to the bench for a pinch runner here. Up 6 runs. Nemo comes out of the game, and Sam Haggerty will take over on the bases. Sam with a decent lead over there at first. And Young takes strike one. Josh had a base hit in the 5th inning, scored a run. And the pitch on the way. There's a swing, and that ball well struck center field. Waldschmidt back. That one is over his head, but he makes the catch and then bangs into the fence. So the rookie covering some ground out there in center field. The inning is done. We have played 6 tonight. Defense here from the D-backs.
Yeah, Waldschmidt's been doing a really good job of running balls down in center field. Good swing by Young, though.
Rangers by 6 as we have arrived at the 7th. There's Osuna out in right field now where Nimmo was, and Haggerty takes over in left field replacing Osuna. Mackenzie Gore just dealing tonight, getting quick outs as he works to Arenado. Upstairs with that, though, 2-0. Well, Gore, it's been very rare that we have seen him pitch even into the 6th inning, let alone the 7th. He went 6 innings against Cincinnati in his 2nd start of the year. This is down the right side and ends up foul for a long strike. But that's the only time this year that Gore had retired as many as 18 batters in a ball game. 2-1 pitch, and that's high in the air, left side of the infield, and Seager will take control of it. And there's one out in the 7th inning.
Well, on top of that, it's been nearly a year since he got through 7. June 4th of last year, and that was the only time he went 7 last year in Washington. Everything else was maxed out at 6.
Interesting, yeah, and that was kind of the book on Gore. There's a swing, and that's lifted into left field. Haggerty getting his first opportunity, but called off by Carter. 2 away. Evans had a busy day out there. Anyway, when the Rangers made the trade for Mackenzie Gore, immediately you got calls from folks from the Nationals or broadcasters. Let's just be honest, I guess what it is. And they're like, look, here's the story. Excellent stuff, right? I mean, he's just got a big time fastball, good breaking ball, command sometimes elusive for him. Oftentimes it's a battle to get through 5 innings because he'll have an inning or 2 that just makes it tough. Tonight he has been super efficient. There's a first pitch swing by Gurriel. 0-1.
I said earlier, let's get him through 7, but still at 76 pitches.
Yes.
Let's get a quick out and get him through 8.
Oh yeah, you definitely 8 innings right now looks very possible. Gurriel pulls that foul, strike 2.
And theme of the night: don't get too greedy, right?
Look at those innings. Even the 6th inning where he threw 14 pitches, that's still pretty efficient. 0-2, and a foul. That one goes off the face mask of our plate umpire, Corey Blazer. He says he's all right. Ooh, glove, helmet, mask. Well, here's the 0-2. Gurriel lays off. Well, the longest outing in Gore's career has been 7 innings, and he's just matched it. A strikeout of Gurriel, is another perfect inning. A 9-pitch 7th from Mackenzie Gore. What a night.
Well, he's just blowing that heater by, guys. Reaches back. Gurriel has nothing for him. Excuse me, that's the changeup. But he's got everything working tonight. Our Allstate Good Hands replay showcases a great play by Diamondbacks center fielder Ryan Waldschmidt. Josh Young continues to stay hot tonight. Blisters this ball to center field. Nearly went for extra bases, but Waldschmidt runs it down.
Yeah, he got that one. He had one earlier today that went just over his head.
And a diving catch to Rob Berger last night.
Yeah. It's just his 5th big league game. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Rangers up 7-1. Evan Carter leading off the inning fouls that back. It is a ball and a strike on the Rangers left fielder, pardon me, center fielder, who is 0 for 3 tonight. Boy, up and down the lineup, Rangers getting all kinds of production. Evans, the only Ranger who is yet to stand on first base. That doesn't mean that everybody has a hit. Higgy got on via fielder's choice to in the 4th inning, so that's a little bit of a stretch. But Carter, strikeout, a fly out, and a ground out. And he strikes out here. One gone in the 7th. Font came in last inning, put up a goose egg in the 6th. And he is a guy who can give the Diamondbacks some length out of the bullpen. As the starter turned reliever. He'll still be used for those longer outings. That might be what Torey Lovullo has in mind today. Here's Duran, and that one almost hit him.
You know, there was conversation in the Rangers dugout before the game today, just amongst some of us, just about how hard it is to evaluate talent in baseball. And you know, when Fott, you mentioned he made his major league debut here in Arlington back in 2023. I believe he was the #1 pitching prospect, at least in the Arizona organization. And you were expecting big things from him. I think the Diamondbacks thought highly enough to where they signed him to a multi-year deal. They did through 2030 with some options for 31 and 32. But he has not panned out so far. 5.17 career ERA. But the thing that catches your eye, 3.27 ERA in the postseason back in 23. I remember he seemed like he really took a step forward and came into his own, and just has not been able to replicate that type of success during the regular season.
There's his 1-2, and that one is up. I think there are a lot of executives in baseball who spend sleepless nights trying to figure out who's going to do what. You do your best, but ultimately it is a little bit of a crapshoot. There's a bouncer foul off of Duran's foot. But the guys that end up being sure things, so to speak, end up getting locked up into long-term deals. And I think of the guy who just fielded that foul ball, right? Nolan Arenado. Stop the toe. Like in Arenado's case, he was signed to that long 9-year deal by the Rockies. Played a couple additional years under that deal with Colorado, then went to St. Louis in a trade. Played for a number of years there under that deal. Then he got traded again to Arizona, and he'll have 2 years on that deal with the Diamondbacks. There's a ground ball up the middle. Perdomo has it and throws out Duran 2 away. So one contract signed by the Rockies will be serviced by 3 different teams.
Yep. Just no way to know how things will end up, what'll happen. Unexpected.
So here is Alejandro Osuna now. He's been on a couple of times today. And he swings right through a strike. Rangers with a 4-run 5th inning open this one up. I haven't even thought about what the weather might be like tomorrow night, Murph, but given the way tonight went, might we see that roof open again?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
By the way, it was darn near broke on its way back. I don't know if they'll be able to close it. It was hard enough to open. Last of the 7th, and Font strike out Osuna. So Brandon Font pretty sharp in the 7th inning. A 1-2-3 half inning for these Rangers bats. We go to the 8th inning tonight. 7-1, Rangers on top.
Well, top of the 8th, the Rangers have been in control all night long, leading 7-1. Our Ford leaderboard. Talk about the offense, but how about this guy, Mackenzie Gore? He's tied a career high with 7 innings pitched. He's only given up 2 hits, 1 earned run. He struck out a few, 1 walk. 80 pitches going into the 8th inning of work. 7 times in his career. He's gone for 7 innings, but never more. So his next out will set a career high.
Well, certainly the best we've seen him throw.
Mm-hmm.
It's the bottom 3 hitters in the lineup here in the 8th inning. And there's a strike, 1-1 on Moreno. Not a big strikeout night for him, just the 4 strikeouts. And that's probably been a big part of his success in a way, the 1-1. Moreno fouls it off, strike 2. As long as you're not getting in protracted battles over that final strike with a bunch of foul balls and lengthy confrontations, he's been very willing to take the line outs, fly outs, even a couple of balls on the ground, 2 of them. Readies again, controlled breathing. Here's the 1-2 and a strikeout. Yeah, here went Moreno. Punches out to start the 8th inning, and there you go, 7 1/3 tonight.
That's pretty nasty right here. Well, maybe he's on to something, because he's usually a guy that gets some swing and miss. It's only his 5th whiff tonight. So maybe that's how you get through 7. 7 1/3 now. Set a new career high, and you're cruising on your way to get through 8. I mean, at this point, let's just go for the complete game.
Oh, for sure.
We had a bullpen night last night. We need to get those guys some rest. It only makes sense.
He comes right back with another whiff on the curveball. Jose Fernandez, who's 0 for 2. And Fernandez struck out looking back in the 2nd inning. Swings and misses again. Another curveball. 0-2 the count.
It's good depth on this breaking ball.
He's gotten him to offer at it twice. 0-2. And that one just nubbed foul.
I feel like he doesn't have the traditional changeup for me. Like, it fades, almost runs like a 2-seamer, but it doesn't die. It doesn't have the depth.
0-2. And they wanted the fastball up there. You could see Higgy asking for that up. My guess there, Murph, is that it's in an effort to set up the curveball low. We'll see. Here it comes, and there it is, a bouncer down the 3rd baseline, foul. So he went with the curveball low, but that time Fernandez got a piece of it.
Like I said, you're good at what you do.
Yeah, right. Easy game. It's really easy and slow sometimes when you're 300 feet away.
And up 7-1.
And up 7-1. That also makes it easier. Here it comes. Good job by Fernandez to stay alive. It's been a weird year so far for Arizona, though they came into the game 20-20. Some questions about what exactly is going on with their offense. The 1-2 pitch and a little tapper back near the mound. Gore has it, fires over to first in time, and they get Fernandez. Good play by McKenzie. 2 gone. And that gives us just a few extra moments here for Hyundai.
A car that sees what you can't, how it should be. The Hyundai Tucson.
Six in a row retired by Gore. He's had 3 base runners all night. And he's upstairs with ball 1. Of course, the Rangers, they finished that series with the Cubs over the weekend with 20 consecutive scoreless innings. Gave up a run last night in a 1-0 loss. A solo home run today. That's been it. Is this one carrying deep out to right over the head of Asuna? And Carter will take it on a bounce. Waldschmidt has a 2-out double.
Osuna was moving on this one. You're watching him track it down. Good opposite field pop from Waldschmidt. Osuna was tracking the ball, tracking the wall. Thought he might come up with it and retreats last second.
So a man in scoring position for Ketel Marte, who's 0 for 3. So this is now the 4th time through the lineup for Gore. And he just tied up Marte with that cutter. Marte having a tough start to the year. Average down to 209 up to the moment. And a bouncer left side of the infield. Seager has it, takes a step, throws, and gets Marte, and the inning is over. Mackenzie Gore threw 8 innings tonight, allowed 1 run. What a night for the Rangers left-hander. Rangers baseball on RSN is brought to you by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, the official casino and resort of the Texas Rangers. By TXU Energy, energy for everything. And by your North Texas Chevy dealers. Chevy drives Texas. Well, how about the night tonight for Mackenzie Gore? Career best 8 innings pitched as Jake Berger gets us going now in the last of the 8th. It'll be Berger, Higashioka, and Jock Peterson. 7-1, Rangers on top. Fott, this will be his 3rd inning tonight. Shooting for that outside corner, but comes up empty. 1-1. You know what we have not had tonight, Murph? An ABS challenge.
Ooh.
This one's lined out into left field, and that gets down in front of Gurriel. Base hit. Berger's 3rd hit of the night.
Well, how about that? That's exactly what Berger needs to get him going. I mean, basically, you're not going to say that it's been the hardest contact, but his barrel's been in the strike zone. He's using the middle of the field. This one, he just catches a breaking ball out in front, lofts this one into left field. On base 4 times. That is how you want to see a guy respond that has been struggling.
Now Higashioka, and he takes strike 1. 11 hits tonight for the Rangers. The season best 7 runs at home. And that's bounced slowly to 3rd base. Arenado will go to 2nd for the 1 out, and it's a foul ball. So much for that. I looked up, I saw that Higgy wasn't even a third of the way down the line. I thought, well, that's not good.
It's either an automatic double play or a foul ball.
Well, what happened there? Well, Arenado not taking the play off, that's for sure. No, I think Higgy just used his timeout. Fonts 0-2. That's low. Tomorrow, Kamar Rocker, scheduled starter for the Rangers. Ryan Nelson, right-hander, to take the ball for Arizona. There's strike 3 called. Higgy goes down looking, and for Fott, that's his 4th strikeout. Let's pile those up.
Good movement on that heater. Got some crossfire to it. It came back on that outside corner.
So here's Peterson. Fouls off strike 1. Well, Jack got these folks excited right out of the gates tonight. The home run to right field in the first inning, a leadoff home run, 27th time in his career that he's led off a game with a homer. Oh, that's a strike. 0-2.
I mean, generally speaking, it's just been one of those good offensive nights. The Rangers have 11 hits. They've tallied 2 walks, hit by pitch in there. So they've had traffic out there, runners all over the bases. They're 4 for 9 with runners in scoring position. You got guys at the top doing damage. Nimmo 3 for 4. Berger at the bottom 3 for 3. And an overall balanced offensive effort.
Peterson strikes out swinging. That is the 2nd out of the inning. Well, I felt like there were moments in that Cubs series too where we saw the Rangers have good sustained rallies and at bats. There have been moments. Again, point out that they're not at full strength, haven't been. This ball is hit sharply down to first, and Haggerty is put out easily to end the 8th. Well, we're 3 outs away now as we go to the 9th inning in this one. Mackenzie Gore had himself a night on the mound. Rangers gave him some offensive support. A 7-1 score to the 9th inning.
Rangers lead by 6 here in the top of the 9th inning as Gavin Collier comes into this game in a low leverage situation. But this coaching staff has talked about giving Collier more high leverage opportunities. Opposing hitters have a .419 OPS against Collier this season, which is the lowest rate of any rookie reliever this year with at least 5 appearances. Skip said he has real swing and miss stuff. He's showing that he can get righties and lefties out, so that gives them the confidence that it does not matter the pocket. He's been a real surprise for the Rangers coming out of spring training.
Yeah, I kind of dug in on some of his information, and I'm like, man, how does this guy number 30 in the prospect pipeline rank? I mean, his stuff is just nasty. Up to 98, throws that cutter a bunch. I mean, he's been largely successful at the major league level.
We got our ABS challenge now. ABS powered by T-Mobile. And that ball was a ball. So the Rangers lose one of their challenges. 2-0 to Carroll. Oh, that is high. Ball 3. Well, he's got the crazy stuff, and then he's got the weird arm angle too. I think adds a degree of difficulty for the hitter. There's a strike, 3-1.
That's the crossfire that makes you hide the baseball, and when you add some cut to that, it's really weird for the hitter to pick it up.
Well, ball 4. So Carroll is on. 9th inning in a 7-1 game. Collier will work to Geraldo Perdomo. Meanwhile, the line for Gore today: 8 innings, a run on 3 hits, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Did all that on 95 pitches. What a brilliant night for McKenzie. Tim Tawa will bat here for Perdomo. That one moves him off the plate just a little bit. Pinch hitter in the 9th inning. Arizona needs a lot of base runners. Ooh. Collier having a little trouble right now finding the strike zone. And that gets Jordan Teagues out of the dugout. So that's the thing, you know, you're up 6 runs. One thing you really can't do is allow a team to get back in the game by just giving them free base runners. And so Teagues will make that point as clear as possible. The walk to Carroll, this is interesting. Steve Hunt, our statistician, he leads the league in great stats. He just pointed out Carroll, he is the first Diamondback to reach base to start an inning in this series.
Oh, wow.
They did not get the lead man on in any of the innings last night in that 1-0 win. Today they've been very quiet. The only run they got was the Vargas home run in the 2nd inning. And Carroll, that's the first time of the series they've had the lead man on. There's a strike. 2-1 to Tawa. And now another challenge. It's an epidemic. Firestone Complete Auto Care ABS challenge. And that was a ball.
That was borderline too late. Like he sat there and thought about it for a second, then went hand to the helmet. But he was granted the opportunity.
So Collier's 3-0, and that one misses. Back-to-back walks. Ruh-roh. It could make you a little restless in the dugout.
Yeah. Imagine there's going to be some movement out there in the bullpen.
Now it'll be Nolan Arenado. Collier celebrating a birthday today. He's 25 years old. And if you had to guess about what kind of night it's going to be for Collier on his birthday, I'd say it's going to get wild. 8 balls, 2 strikes. Oh no. And the runners will move up. They'll each go up 1 base on the wild pitch. Carroll, under a different circumstance, he might have even tried to score. He took a turn there but held up. And no sense in risking outs right now if you're the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, your run means nothing. Down 6. And I guess if you're going to get this type of outing out of the way for Collier, you'd rather do it when you've got a 6-run cushion. But either way, something's got to give here.
Well, you get the 3-batter minimum, and the way this one is going, it may be a 3-batter maximum for Collier. There's a strike. I mean, it's been a magical start for Collier to his big league career. It's already set the franchise record 11 consecutive scoreless appearances, but that's in jeopardy here, that's for sure. 3-1, and there's ball 4. He's loaded him up with 3 walks. Wow. Latz getting ready in the bullpen. And then we'll check in to gauge the status of that pen. Come on, somebody pick up. Come on. That's inside. Wow.
Well, I guess if you look not only at the fact that he's throwing balls, but just the misses. Like he's missing by a good amount.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the last thing that you were going to want to do is get Jacob Latz up tonight. But Rangers need to go ahead and take care of this one and get the win while they have the chance.
Yeah, and you'll see here Higgy heading out there to have a word, and I don't know if they have a whole lot to discuss, but he'll draw it out as long as he can, because it is buying time right now for the bullpen. Collier, I'm sure there's a part of him that's thinking right now, like, yeah, guess what? I'm having a little trouble finding it.
Yeah.
I get it. It might not be my night.
If you can just do what you can to get an out, even get 2 outs, just do what you can to, obviously, Rangers didn't want Jacob Latz to even have to get up tonight and get hot, but he's out there, so if he's going to come in the ball game, make this appearance be minimal.
It's always been a part of the story for Collier in the minor leagues. Control. Occasionally jumped up and bitten him. And there's a strike. 1-1 to Vargas. Wouldn't it be wild, though, if you were to get, let's say, a little comebacker here, go 1-2-3 for a double play, take a little pressure off. That's in the air, foul, strike 2.
Let's go strikeout, then double play.
Okay. In his minor league career, averaged 5.3 walks per 9. That's a lot. And that was the one thing that made it harder for him to break through. A lot of strikeouts, but the walks, that number was too high. The 1-2 pitch fouled off. 98 with that fastball. So battling back now. Diamondbacks everywhere. The 1-2. And another foul ball.
As a hitter, this is like the last type of guy that you want to face. Like, you know that he's got nasty stuff. You don't know where in the world the ball is going to be in the strike zone. You talk about effectively wild.
Well, the 1-2. And that is up the middle and through for a base hit. Carroll scores. Everybody else goes station to station. It's 7-2, and the bases are still loaded. And that gets Schumacher out of the dugout. Not the way you wanted this one to go for Collier or the ball club, but is what it is. 5-run game, and he will go to his closer. The signal given for Jacob Latz. 9th inning in a 7-2 game. Well, tough go there for Gavin Collier. 3 walks and a base hit. His night is done. And so Jacob Latz inherits a bases loaded spot now in the 9th inning.
Yeah, spectacular numbers for Latz this season. ERA under 1. Opponent's batting average under 100.
Well, he has become the Rangers' closer. One of the more interesting stories of the year, and he fires that fastball right past Gurriel for strike 1.
Guess if you're wanting to look at positives, even though the bases are loaded here, you're coming up on the bottom part of the Diamondbacks lineup.
0-2. Latz comes out pumping strikes. 0-2. Bouncer, third base, sliding stop, Young. He'll go to second for the out, and that's all they'll get. First down of the inning. Another run comes in, and it's 7-3. 5-4 fielder's choice.
I guess more importantly, just the fact that the Rangers are able to get an out. That is huge right there. Great play by Young. Good concentration, going down to the ground, throwing a strike to Zeke.
Yeah, boy, it does just feel much different getting an out. And so now here is Moreno. 2 runs across in the 9th inning. Rangers trying to even this series at a win apiece. That's ball 1. So that run charged to Collier's line. The runner at third base, Arenado, his responsibility. 2-0. Well, it was 8 really good innings today from Mackenzie Gore. The Rangers just hoping to finish the rest of it off for him. There's a swing and a fly ball out to center field. Takes Evan Carter back. Gets in position to make the catch. The runner tags at third. And Arenado scores easily on the deep sacrifice fly, but there are 2 gone. 7-4. So here's Jose Fernandez. And Lance jumps ahead of him with strike 1. The lefty, they're not bothering to hold the runner at first. Deals low, 1-1. The Diamondbacks doing all their night's work here in the 9th inning. And Jacob again, 1-1. Off the plate. Well, Latz is finished. His last 5 games, Rangers wins, including that 2-inning save the other day against the Cubs. 2-1 pitch. That one gets away from him a little. Ball 3. We had yesterday off. And it's a full count. Fastball's into the mid-90s.
Just a difference in his demeanor. I mean, players grow up, you know, the more time that they spend in the major leagues. I don't know if I ever would have told you in 2021 when he made his major league debut as a starter that I'd envision him as a closer someday. But he is one that is just so easy to root for.
And by the way, it fits him, it seems.
It really does.
He's very comfortable out there, all things considered. There's some guys just doesn't agree with him. And you just tell. But it doesn't seem to matter what role the Rangers throw him in. 3-2 pitch on the way. Bouncer, right side of the infield. Duran is there, and this one is over. The Rangers even the series. A 7-4 win tonight. Their biggest offensive outburst at home, and what a start from Mackenzie Gore.
Yeah, career high in innings pitched for Gore. He went 8 strong. Rangers offense puts up 7. Great job by Latz to come in and nail it down.
Well, that was a fun one. Rangers pick up the W. It's their 20th of the season. 7-4 the win over the Diamondbacks. We'll take a break, come back and wrap it up here in a moment.